Good afternoon. So, yesterday I had the pleasure of speaking at an event in North Jersey. This was for the release of Dr. Gloria Bozer's book entitled The ABCs of Childhood Sexual Abuse. It was a really great um, time for me to express what happens to men when we are introduced to sex too soon, meaning when we're abused. Um, the problem that I'm having with this particular issue is that as an adult who was abused by a man, he was not a member of the clergy, but he was a heavy contributor to our church, which was Catholic at the time. I have no idea where he is now. I hope that he is not still doing or indulging in the activities that he did when I was younger. Um, but to touch base on the subject of what happens to men when they are abused, because men don't talk about this, the cycle of abuse never gets released. It is a part of that individual, and this may contribute to some of his not so great behaviors. It could be anything from indulging in sex, drugs, or alcohol too much to um, being emotionally detached from his family and his partners, um, to just not being able to deal with the anger that he holds inside of him all those years. The other piece of the equation is that, and I know this because of this. This is what happened to me. Um, I went through a long period of time, most of my life, where I felt that I wasn't good enough. That somehow I was able to believe the worst in me without seeing the good in me. And it really should be the opposite. You should be able to see the good in you and kind of put to rest some of the things that you don't like about yourself. Um, this is my second installment of what I feel. And what I feel I need to, or why I feel the need to talk about this topic. One of them is because men, we just don't talk about it, and we need to talk about it. Abuse is in our churches, as I stated before. It's in our clergy. It's in our families. It is well into what we believe. I'm sorry, not what we believe, but what we choose to deal with. And unfortunately, as a people of color, a lot of times we choose to handle our family members that may perpetrate some or indulge in some activities that we are not exactly proud of. Um, but I digress. One of the reasons why I'm making this video is to make people aware and hopefully to elicit a conversation about this. I think it's high time that men start to talk about this. Brothers, we need to step our game up because this is part of the reason why we are held back from being the best that we can be. And that's the reason why I'm here to tell you that maybe you're not living your best life, but you can. Um, Yesterday, a woman asked me a question. It's a very good question. She asked me if there was a correlation between an abuse victim, a male abuse victim, and what his sexual orientation will ultimately be, and would he be gay if he had not been abused? And my answer to her was simple: no. Okay. Gay men are going to be gay men regardless of what happens to them, just like heterosexual men are going to be heterosexual regardless of what happened to them. Gay is something that you are, not something that you do. Just remember that. There are plenty, and I mean plenty, of straight men that have been abused by men that simply won't talk about it. There's a shame attached to that. And it keeps that hurt locked securely away inside of them. I'm hoping that you get the help that you need. Um, I'm also seeking help for what happened with me when I was 13 because I realized that I treated it as if it were something that happened to me as opposed to something that would have lifelong changing effects on me. I find myself being grateful that I did not commit suicide a long time ago. I find it grateful that I was able to find love at a late juncture in my life. Not only did I find a wonderful and awesome partner, I also found a wonderful church that I'm committing some time to, you know. And it's kind of difficult for me to do that because I still believe in some of the negative things that whisper up in my head from time to time. Anyway, like if you like this video, please feel free to leave a comment if you'd like. You can also go to my website, which is www.fourbrotherspublications.com. Once again, that's www.fourbrotherspublications.com. And my name is Jerome L. Whitehead. I go by JL Whitehead. But whichever the case is, this is my second installment. Like, leave a comment, and I really hope to hear from you. Anxious to hear what you have to say. And thank you once again. And stay tuned. I'll be back. Have a good evening.